I got in a fight in the middle of class and often took a L. Soon as you heard the bell, my friends was rolling L's. It's more peer pressure than opportunity in my community. If you was me, then you would see the reason why I choose a beat. Ain't no turning back or turning backs on the hood. Rather be great home than just good in Hollywood. I got endorsements touring, and the image of being poor is haunting. Don't need this, but I want it. Wait, I need it. Maybe I should think twice when y'all tell me that I'm living a life. Good, man.
We got to talk about this tape.
Yeah.
So, Deadbeats and Lazy. Please explain that title first off.
Well, the first part, Deadbeat, my pops, my biological father was never around. And I used to joke about it a lot in the house and all that. Like, he's a deadbeat, you know, he was never here. And I know he listens to my music. I know he watches what I do. So I said to myself, yo, like, when I get big and people actually paying attention to my work, I'm gonna make sure I use that as a title for something, just to antagonize him. And then Deadbeat sounds like it has something to do with a whack instrumental, so I just put lazy lyrics after it, you know, make it a double entendre.
So just talk about conceptually why you wanted to come out with this tape.
I wanted to come out with this tape mainly because, man, I just felt like my sound was real kiddie, I guess, and it wasn't, like, it was veering off into some other planet. Like, you know, I did the television show, The X Factor, and I kind of had to adjust myself a little bit to move on in the competition, but it wasn't really all the way hip-hop like, you know, wanted to be in the beginning. And, you know, this mixtape is kind of me getting back to my roots. It's kind of me saying, like, okay, I'm finding myself as an artist more, and this is more along the lines of who Astro is.
I seen him do some crazy things. Call my mom and sister some crazy names. Almost get beat up on the train from running this lick to a crib with the brick.
True story.
Word.
True story.
That's bananas, man.
I made the beat in, like, literally, I kid you not, 5 minutes. Because I had the drum sample for a minute, and on the drum sample, on that part I sampled, it had this voice in it, the Jamaican voice saying, "Come back, boy." And I was listening to it, and I was like, "Come back, boy." And I knew the tape was just, you know, something pertaining to my biological pop, Deadbeats Lazy lyrics. I had the title before I did the song. It said, "Come back, boy," and that sounded like something like, you know, what a parent would say. So I switched it up, and I said, that's the words that my pop said. Thought of me being something, had went over my pop's head.
How did your mom react when you played this?
She's cracking up. She's cracking up because it's true. Like, how I describe him in his record is the type of person he is. Like, literally, on the train, late night, you know, high or whatever he was, just talking, running his mouth off to a crip, like, that lived down the block from me, about to get in a fight. Like, that's the type of person he was. So when she heard it, it was like, just laughing, like, constant laughter, like, for real, man.
Daddy gave me a name and walked away, but if he knew that I'd be paid, he'd probably be right here today. He wasn't there, be no debate to him. I dedicate this tape and ain't got nothing else to say. About your son, you getting played. Clean up your act, don't wait, I'm paid. I probably order you were made. Ripping it on stages, how I stick it to your face. I'm going extra over beats because I know you watching me. So fathers, never leave your kids because you never know what they'll grow up to be. That's the words that my pop said.
You know what I'm saying? Message, and it's funny because a lot of people are saying they can relate to that record, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of young kids my age that didn't have their fathers around, so biological fathers around. So it's a record, you know, not only just a record that sounds good, but a record that has a great meaning behind it.
Living reckless, be perfected, check collectors, getting fly. We them deuces, being losers, game is dead, but we alive.
I wrote to it while I was shooting a movie in Cali. Sound real flex.
Right.
But I wrote to it out there, and when he sent me the beat, I was like, automatically, because I write my stuff in my head, so I was just bopping to it, and just so many different flows came into mind. And it was like, yo, this is called flow. Like, if you listen to this song, I switch my flow up a numerous amount of times, and that's why I called it flow.
See, when I'm on these beats, ain't got energy to reply to enemies. I'm an OG, you a centipede, let me start my feet.
So the dude that produced it is 14, his name is Dat Loser Laron. And, you know, he's a homie. I knew him for like 6, 7 years now. You know, he's been producing since I met him. That's how we met, through, you know, like, okay, this kid produces, I'll rap, you know, let's get together. But nah, LaRon is nice. It's funny because he has like 30,000 songs in his iTunes, so he produces every type of beat. Like he fell off. He fell off as more of a 90s beat, but he could also turn around and do something modern like Player. You know, like he has the ear for, you know, every different type of sound you need, and that's special. Don't let the age fool you. Like he's really nice, man.
I'm killing again, like I said before. Rappers stay out of my lane. I'm out.
Yeah, that's flow right there.
Now hip hop is super judgmental, and already you're young. You were on a television show, and people already affiliate you with being pop and a child. Like, how hard is it for you to gain respect, you know, in your career and your craft as an MC?
I mean, the child stuff kind of stopped. Like, now it's stopping. Like, I'm not a baby no more. My voice got deep, I got a little taller. You know, lyrically, I'm not no child.
Right.
Like, you can't listen to, I'm sorry if it's cocky, but you cannot listen to my mixtape and be like, oh, he's just a child. Like, you cannot. And I make sure that when I'm writing, I think people also think like I'm from a suburban neighborhood. I'm from Brooklyn, Brownsville, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only motivation behind my records. And I think people need to understand that. Like, I'm 16 now. My content is gonna be way more mature than it was before. And nobody really says like, oh, Astro is a kid anymore. Like, they said that when I was like 13, 14, kicking it. But now I think,
puberty.
Yeah, now I think it's a little bit more acceptable.
Word.
He Fell Off is a song I wrote because I thought that's what a lot of people were saying about me, you know, behind closed doors, basically saying like, yo, this kid ain't making music no more, you know, he's losing Twitter followers. Like, that's what I thought, you know, people were saying behind closed doors, like, yo, we ain't hear from Astro. You know, little did they know, like, I didn't fall off. I'm just taking a break to perfect my craft, so by the time I come back out, I'm hitting hard.
I'm dropping drawers, so the candle is yours, you burn it. I see you trying to duplicate my style, you learn it.
It's a real 90s vibe beat, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane samples, like, it's a real chill, you know, 90s beat. Like, for the older heads, if you really want that feel of the old school hip hop, that's the song you would listen to.
So this sounds so Brooklyn.
Exactly. That's why I chose the track, man. It's real. It wasn't like an attempt to be 90s. It was 90s.
Right.
Completely. It's not like you trying. It is 90s.
This thing feels crazy.
Yeah. Music is my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, certain kids grow up and they're interested in one thing, you know, today, then tomorrow, interested in another. Like, me, music has always been my life. Like, I live and breathe music, literally. If I'm mad, I write a song about how mad I am. You know, I got tired of people looking at my mother, you know, wrote a song about it. So, like, music, I live music, you know?
Homie, never lie, kick lines cause they demand it. I will not lose.